Am I live? Am I live?
It's
What's that mean?
peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time.
Where y'all at? Where y'all at?
There you go.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Peanut butter jelly. 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 Who's here? Peanut butter jelly. Everybody said, where you at? There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Who's singing with me? Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. The baseball bat. Who's singing with me? All right. I can't turn it off. Where's it? There we go. There we go. How's everybody today? Hi, Nageli or Nageli. Is that how you say it? Potato. That's what we say here. Potato to potato, tomato. Any of those. Any of those. How's everybody doing? I see some more people in here. Come and say hi. Perry! Perry's here. It's been so long. I want to send my love to Perry. I'm so excited to see you. And Tejas is here. Perry, I just saw your comment on my video that I posted this morning. Rupam! Thank you, Rupam. And that's what I was going to talk about. Because I just saw Perry got his first shot. You're in the UK, right, Perry? And you're young, so they're giving the shots to younger kids, like younger people there now in the UK, right, Perry? And you already got your first shot. I got my second on Saturday, and I'm going to tell you how it went. I'm going to tell y'all how it went, the side effect, all that stuff that I did. Hey, it's Tejas, it's your father's birthday. Oh, it's tomorrow. He's going to want a song now too, ain't he? He's going to want a song because I already sang last week and now I got to sing your dad a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Tejas' dad. Happy birthday to you. Who else is here? Mr. Karras, I swear I'm not getting any notifications. Really? Did everybody else get any notifications? Uh-oh. Sometimes YouTube backs up. Y'all know this. I can't trust the YouTube sometimes. I just can't. 43882. Hi, and Rishi's here. What did Rishi say? Uh-oh. I didn't get to read it. So the notification comes after I get here. Oh, well, sometimes they're late. I mean, I'll do that. I'll put a video up and then people will comment like way later. You can't trust YouTube. You can't trust it. Well, I'm still happy you're here. What did Rishi say? He opens up on the show going off air and Super Dance Chapter 4 replacing it. I don't know. Oh, the Indian Idol, like American Idol. Oh, and then a Super Dance. So they're not going to sing anymore. They're going to dance. I'm great. How are you? I wish there was something. Maybe I can just say Ambia, because all those numbers with Ambia. That's why I want to talk to you today. That's why I don't know if Rupam's still here. I know Perry got his first shot. Which one did you get, Perry? Which shot did you get? Because I wanted to talk about my vaccine experience. You already know when I got the first shot, and I told y'all about it, right? I got the first shot. I got the Pfizer vaccine. First shot a little over, like 3.5 weeks ago now. And I told you after it, I had a sore arm. Like my arm was sore for like 3 or 4 days. Like it stayed sore pretty long, even lifting it and everything. And I was tired. I slept the whole next day. I napped all day. I was yawning on the way home. After the first shot, I was very tired. So, did Perry say which one he got? Side effects from the vaccine, did you? So from the first shot, because I got the Pfizer, we had to get the 2. I don't know if you had to get which ones, whatever one you got, because there's 2 shots, right? We just got the Johnson & Johnson shot approved, so that's only 1 shot, but it's not as efficient, they say. It's only like 60. I was like, no, I want 90 something efficient. But from the first, I was only like the next day, I slept a lot. I told y'all this. I napped and napped, and I was still tired. Then, even that night after napping all day, I still slept all through the night. It was just tired. But my arm stayed sore like 3 or 4 days. And then Saturday, I got the second one. And I was nervous because you always hearing the stories of how sick people are the next day. Oh, Perry, you had the Pfizer too. So you just had the first shot. Were you tired? Because that's what I'm hearing a lot. I know I have another friend who got the first shot, and she was only tired. So then I got the second one Saturday. And I told y'all, like, here, you have to find the vaccines. Like, some people are driving. My dad drove like 2.5 hours to get his. I had to drive like around an hour, maybe a little over an hour to get mine. So when I went down to get the second one, I got it. And they make you wait 15 minutes for like allergic reactions. They give you a little timer. I was feeling fine. We get in the car, start driving home. It was an hour drive home, right? So an hour, but over like, I'm going to say not even half. It was over halfway home, maybe like 40, 45 minutes in, which is about an hour after I got the shot. I started feeling like nauseous, but I get car sick too. If I'm driving too much, and I haven't been driving much this last year in quarantine, like, where am I going? I drive to maybe the grocery, like 5 minutes away. I'm not in a car a lot, and I've taken some road trips, 12-hour road trips and stuff, but it's been a long time since I did that. So I started getting like nauseous in the car, and I was like, but it could be car sickness, like the motion. I can't even play those video games. I told y'all this, didn't I? I can't even play those video games where it's moving a lot and stuff because I'll get sick. I have to look away. I get so car sick, so motion sickness, so much. So I was like, well, maybe I'm like, that's why I told my husband, I'm like, I'm car sick. I'm like, all this dry. Oh, I just felt nauseous. So he was like, oh yeah. I'm like, so I came home but all night it just wouldn't go away. Like, the rest of the night it just wouldn't go away. I was like, it wasn't terrible, but just like a little sick to the stomach, just a little nauseous. And when I ate, and still I was like, oh, I'm just still nauseous. And I was like, this can't be from the vaccine that soon. This just must like but I never had car sickness that lasted all night after I got home. Maybe, I don't remember. It could be. But so that was that night. Next morning I woke up, my arm was sore. My arm, just like before, was sore, but I felt all right the next morning. I got up and I made the family some breakfast and all. And I was like, and my husband, Greg, he was like, oh, how are you feeling? Because with the vaccine, I was like, I feel all right. And I made breakfast. But then it hit me around noon, like in the afternoon. I got like a wave of nausea again, like I did the day before. I was like, oh, I need to lay down. No fever or nothing. I felt a little achy. I mean, my arm was already sore, but I felt a little achy. But it was like a wave of I was like, oh, I feel nauseous. I went and laid down, and it was just throughout the day. Like I would lay down. I felt like I was going to throw up. I didn't throw up, and it wasn't so terrible where it was like, oh, I was even running to the bathroom or anything like that. But it was enough to be like annoying and keep me in bed. And it would just come in waves. Like I'd feel nauseous. I'm like, oh, I'm going to bed, and then I'll be all right for a little bit, and then it'll come again, especially after I ate. If I ate like. When I ate dinner, I couldn't even eat I was like, oh, I can't eat more. I felt so sick. So sick. So it was like achiness, nausea for me. That didn't last like it just came in waves, like periods of time. It was only started to half that day, right? Nausea, and then a little achy, just like the body, you're just a little achy, tired, And then I went to bed that night. Next day, woke up, fine. Been fine since. That was my side effects. And I'm going to tell you this. When I got the first shot, my arm hurt for like 3-4 days. With this one, like I woke up Monday morning and I got I got my shot about 3 p.m. So to 1500 on Saturday. So then by Monday morning, my arm didn't even hurt. Like it lasted 3 or 4 days. My arm was sore last time. Monday morning, I'm like, oh, I can move it. Like my arm wasn't even sore that long. So I feel like I got lucky. I mean, because you hear some stories where people are like, oh, it's terrible. They got it. And I was expecting maybe a headache. People are like, oh, I'm going to take a Tylenol, like medicine before, just in case a headache. Didn't have a headache or anything. It was just a little like nausea throughout the day. And not even like terrible, not even nausea where like my stomach didn't even hurt. I just felt like queasy, but it was just enough to be annoying and kind of keep me in bed. So I think that was for me. I think I lucked out with it. I'm not as lucky as Greg. He got the same thing, Pfizer vaccine, and didn't have like any side effects after the neck. His arm. That was like the biggest side effect he told me. The arm hurt. I was like, that's it. You don't have a headache. Well, you did get a headache after the second, but he gets headaches all the time. Like that's nothing new. He was one of those that has headaches, so you can't really say if it's from the vaccine or from just his normal headache. But that was it. And I got these. This is another thing. I put this on my Facebook, so it's not even original. I started getting 5G signals. You know what they say. Bill Gates, his microchips. They put the microchips in the vaccine. Y'all heard of the conspiracies, right? And it makes you get the 5G signals. I've been picking them up. I'm just playing. But I do feel like a little superpower having the immunities to the COVID and all that now. Like I'm like, bring it up. I'm like, let's go world. Let's open up. Everybody get a vaccine. I'm ready to live life again. So that was my experience. Let me go back and see because, oh wait, tomorrow, I know Tejas, tomorrow's the Maha, I wrote it down, right? The Ma, he's the destroyer. Am I right? The Maha, it's the Ma, but nobody sent me, I wanted to like do some Vatri festival. Oh no, it's the Lord. Yeah, he's right. Lord Shiv, right? Shiva, the destroyer. See, Shiva. Oh, you did put the destroyer. You did. But is there any good videos or anything? I wanted to try to maybe do a video on it. I couldn't find anything and it has to be English subtitles. That's where it always gets you to. Or it has to be in English or English subtitles. Take love. I am from all the way from Bangladesh. I hope anybody is following because I'm making part 3 on Carrie and Andrew. Have you gone and seen Perry? Hasn't been here in a while. Have you seen it, Perry? Have you seen Mr. Carey's videos? I bet Perry would like it. The what ifs. Vicky said, "Thanks, Amanda, for the Akshay fight reaction. Did you like?" That was crazy. I enjoyed it. Y'all give me some great requests. You do. I wish I could do so many a day. I mean, I have to do my regular job, but I could just watch some of these videos all day long. All day long. Yes, I was very tired, but it's a blessing. Thought I had the COVID-19. Oh, yeah. And even if I got like the worst side effects, even if I got the bad headaches and body aches and flu symptoms and can't get out of bed, it's still better than having COVID. I'll take any side effect from the COVID vaccine over getting COVID, right, Perry? And Perry, how long's it been since you got your first one? Because don't you feel like just a sense of relief, kind of like a weight's lifted off of you a bit from having the vaccine and knowing you have like some antibodies? It does. It feels like, a big weight is lifted off. And when I go out now to the store, y'all know how I got mad at people. Y'all know how I got fights in the store, people not wearing the mask, all that. I don't feel as like ragey. I don't feel as, I'll still see people and just like shake my head and like I just want to be like, they're just dumb and don't care about people and don't want to get over this virus. And, I just have to shake my head at them. But at least now I'm not wanting to fight them. Because before I was going to do some Akshay moves on them, do that jump kick like the Undertaker. I was ready before. But now since I had the vaccine, the anger is like subsided. It took away some of my anger. It took away the anger. I still get angry at people seeing no mask. I do because, especially when I'm in a store and you see older people there and you don't know if they've had the vaccine or not. They try to get to it, but they're saying older people, like, because you sign up online and had to be fast. And some older people are not good at electronics. So then I see somebody young over there not wearing a mask. Oh, it makes me so angry because I'm like, you could be killing this person right here. But it calmed my anger down some having it, because at least now I'm like, oh, you're trying to kill me. You're trying to come over here breathing your COVID breath in my face. And it is just a sense of relief and like a brighter future. Put me in a good mood. Just like, we're going to be over this soon. We're going to be over there talking about places here that, well, Texas already, like, they don't even have half their people vaccinated. They're like, let's open up everything. No mask, nothing. Because it's Texas. But even like California and those places were real strict, like way stricter than here, which I thought they were still a little too strict, like with some stuff. But, even they're talking about, opening up Disneyland in like a month or two, so it's just a brighter future. And can you believe it was this week when my country here, I don't know, y'all might have been before, whatever, that we went in our initial lockdown. 1 year ago is when our lockdown, quarantine, and all that started here in the US. Time flies. And it's just crazy. That's why I said it's been a year stuck in the house but I've said it before. I've told y'all this. I just feel glad that we have this sort of technology to keep us on track with the outside world, to educate our kids doing the virtual, to talk to friends and stay sane. Like, it's because imagine, like, what are they, like 1918 when they had that the Spanish flu they called, and people are dying and having they didn't have the technology like they do now. So we're lucky in that way. And the third part, maybe the beginning might be a little boring. I have to explain how the boys get their powers and how Carrie discovers her. I mean, you always got to do backstories. You always got to do character development and backstories, Mr. Carius. I lost it already. I lost it. Hi, Arthav. Carly finally meets the boys. Rishi, time to dance. COVID-19 is going to work. Yes, it is. It's already, like, when you look at our numbers here in the US, cases and stuff, it's wish there was a chat allowed more than 200 words, because I want to talk about the story completely. Then again, if I did, it would be a massive spoiler alert. So I don't want to spoil everything. True, you can't tell everything. It teaches Kendarnath Temple in North India, in the middle of the mountains, snowy Himalayas behind, Green Mountain on both sides, holy river Ganga flowing, lovely beauty nature. It's a mysterious and magical temple. Look, Tejas is always keeping me updated on all it's a temple. On all my history stuff and things I should know there. Congratulations, my grandparents also got the first vaccine today. Oh, nice! Do they have to get two? Because that's always the thing. Like, okay, because some you only have to get one shot. Some you have to get two. Andrew H is here. Hey, I had to tell you his birthday too. Andrew, I just sang a song for Tejas' dad. His birthday's tomorrow. Let's sing another one for Andrew. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Andrew H. Somebody's at the door. Come sing happy birthday to Andrew with me. It's Aiden. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Andrew H. Bring it home.
Happy birthday to you.
And many more. All right, go back. You guys, don't forget 10 o'clock, right? But you wanted to tell everybody hi?
Yeah.
Blow them a big kiss. Show them your shirt. What shirt? Oh, you got that bear shirt on again, don't you?
Yeah, I like this shirt.
Uh-huh,
I
cool.
like all my beach shirts.
Yeah, it's cool. All right. Tell them hi. See you next week, huh? You got school to do. Aren't you supposed to be reading? Maybe you can
I kind of finished the book.
Well, maybe you can go get Bella to help you something to read, okay?
Okay.
And close the door. Thank you.
But
Oh, yeah, because I have to tell y'all something too. But what?
but also like
Nice.
Bella's book might be.
Because Bella's home today. If y'all didn't get, I'll tell you how that story. Which I can't stay long. T, just keep me on schedule. T, just because yesterday I had to go pick up my daughter from school. She's clumsy. She's the clumsy one in the family. She was at PE, physical education. They were playing some game, rolled her ankle. She's hopping around now. I got to bring her. I mean, it's not real. I don't think it's broken. It's not real swollen up, but she still has problems walking on it. So I have to bring her to the doctor today. I have to bring her doctor, get her ankle checked out. This is second time. Last summer, she did this at my mom and dad's, her grandparents, and just from stepping down one little step. And this is the same ankle. So that's my clumsy girl there. But I hope you enjoyed your aunt. I hope Andrew's even still here. Because, you know, I get the comments late. I hope you still here, enjoyed your birthday song, Andrew. Call me at college, but I'm so excited I just can't hide it. What did Andrew say? Congratulations, vaccine shot. Thank you. Just joined you, Amanda. It's Sabaz from Kolkata, India. Hi, Fitness F. You know I'll forget Sabaz. If your name isn't Subhas, I'll forget it. I forget, and I'll probably say it wrong. I probably said that wrong. But I can say Fitness F. Not ask you to make a comment or anything, but out of curiosity, have you ever seen It's? Have you ever seen It's Amanda? Is that like a show? It's Amanda? I've never heard of it. I have so many suggestions for you, Arthav said, but I could just make my suggestion in comment section. Are you in my Facebook group, Arthav, too? That's where I check often. I check often because sometimes, like in comment sections of videos, it's like, you know, I'll go back and I'm like, and I'll see it and I'll be like, oh, that's a good suggestion. And then I'll forget what video they commented on and I'll go back and look through and it gets lost. It does. 2013, a huge flood came in state where Kinder Temple is. 6K people lost their lives. Many got injured. Many devotees entered the temple for shelter. A huge stone, and the shelter and the temple protected them. Miracles. I believe in miracles. Miracles. Carrie's still shy and timid girl like she's in Cannon's storyline, but in my story, you'll slowly start to come out the shell while she's making friends. Oh, I like that. Because my daughter's shy, and I keep telling her, I was like, you just gotta to have self-confidence. Just say, like, I don't know how, because you know me, even in person, I'm the same way in person. People tell you, if they meet me in person, you know, and have talked to me online, they're like, oh, you're exactly the same. And I just, whatever comes out my mouth, whatever, I don't even care. I just talk. And I'm like, you just have to know, what are people going to say? You know, if they don't like something you say, they won't talk to you again. How did that hurt you know, oh, well, that's something, we might not get along. Okay. You know, but other than that, like you can just meet people and talk to them and open up. It's good to open up and just talk to people, I think. And it just comes easy because I'll just talk about anything. It has been 3 weeks ago since I had my first COVID. Oh, so Perry, they say the Pfizer after 3 weeks from just the first shot that you're about 90%. You got like 90% immunities, they say. About 90% efficiency against the virus. Or just from the first shot, I'm reading some studies. You got those immunities, Perry. The huge stone could have broke the temple, but automatically that stone stopped behind the temple. It also divided the flood in two ways in the middle, and that's how the devotees got saved. This is a miracle. The whole story of the temple is shown in the movie named, I would love that movie, I bet. I love those kind of movies about history and things like that. And it's Arthav's birthday Sunday. Remind me, Arthav, next week. I'll sing your late birthday. I'm already birthday songed out. But we can do it. It's closer for the next one. How old are you going to be? I feel like Andrew H. left. I feel like he left and missed his whole birthday song. He didn't comment. We missed, Andrew H. missed his birthday song. Well, look, rewind Arthov and put Arthov in the name for Andrew H. Now I'll give you a special one next week. What did Rishi say? Isker, Dragon, and Ajay. I can't even say those words. Or Arman Khan, 1997. Are those people? Today, as a huge stone is also worshipped, and it's still there behind the temple. And then, because I think T just bringing this up because we were talking about places to visit, right? Remember when people were like, "Oh, what if you can go anywhere?" Was it Vicky that asked? And I was like, Taj Mahal. She's like, everybody says the Taj Mahal. I was like, I know, but that's because they should have a video of like, I'm sure they do, right? They already have top 5, top 10, top this, top that, places that you must go. I need to know. See, they asked me of where I want to go. This is what I need. I need y'all to tell me the top 10 places you think I should go. Would that temple be one, Tejas, if I go to India? What a Mr. K. I'm starting to wonder if this is good or bad thing, but ever since I saw all of WandaVision and saw the second season of DC Titans, I thought of another crossover what if. Jot it down. You never know. You never know, Mr. Carius. Like, if you run out of ideas later, you can always come back to that. You should have a look, this right here, I have one. And then how funny is it? Because I'm a Disney fan. But this is my jot down notebook of ideas. Like I get, because I have my own site, so I write articles and stuff like that. But when I get ideas, I jot it down. And then if I can't think of something original to post, an article or things like that, go back and look at my little idea book. I should do one like this for all the requests I get, huh? Y'all like, why don't you write those down? Because I lose those. I should. It's so vash. It's so vash. I said it really wrong, huh? So it's not so vash. Fitness F is new to my channel. They know I get everybody's name wrong, even English names. It ain't just because it might be a foreign name that even names in my own country I get wrong all the time. And for the record, I wasn't talking about the show, It's Amanda. I was actually asking if you saw my what if on my channel. I'm a terrible friend. Every time I go and leave, I'll forget about it. All week I'll be like, I gotta, and I'll even have it in my mind. Remember that one week? I was like, I'm gonna watch it right after this. End of the show, forgot. And you know what I remember? I always remember when I see your name and you start talking about it. I'm like, I need to go back and see Mr. Carius' stuff. I have a terrible memory. I do. My husband, he always wants to win arguments that way too, because we're getting something and he'll be like, you don't remember, you have a bad memory. And I can't argue with that. If we have an art, I can't, Greg would talk about bring up my bad memory. I don't remember how something happened. And I'm like, I do have a bad memory. I can't argue with that. So he always, that's when he brings out the big guns, when he'll mention my memory. That's when he does. And he'll win every time because I can't argue with it. I do have a terrible memory. During the flood. Oh, wait, here's. No, I missed. Can you? Oh, wait. Oh, there we are. I'm pretty good at keeping up with comments today, huh? You can react to the song. Oh, the song. This is about this. This is about that temple. Right, teachers? You can react to the song. It's showing the beauty. Oh, okay. I got to write this down because Namo song. And it shows the temple. Oh, I got to check. Even if sometimes because when it's a song, I have to go and check it out, see if other people react, because I'm nervous about a copy strike. And usually if you see other people reacted to it, it probably didn't get a copy strike. So if I don't see other people, I get nervous. It might not, but I'll always check it out. I always check them out, especially when something interests me like that. During the flood, not even a single stone touched this temple. Miracle. NK wants to know how to deal with anxiety and depression. I'm going to tell you, I have anxiety. Look at my nail. You can tell. Look at my fingernails. You know why? Bite. anxiety. I never really had much of depression. I mean, I get in depressed moods if something happens or whatever, but I never really suffered depression. But I know it's something very real. I mean, I've worked, y'all know my past life before coming to talk to y'all on YouTube was I was uh, a biochemist, right? I worked in the research lab and we worked on, and I worked in the department of psychiatry and we worked on, different drugs, testing different drugs to help disorders like that. Anxiety, depression. Weed's a good thing. No, I should say that. I just thought that was funny. But they do say it helps with anxiety, even though, like, even here, marijuana and stuff becoming legal to help with anxiety problems and all that kind of stuff, like, supposed to help and calm. I don't know about depression, but but it's hard though when you haven't really suffered for something to give like advice. Like I can give advice on the anxiety because I suffer from it, coping ways to deal with it and things like that, but not really having have been depressed myself. I've been depressed, sad when something bad happens or just in quarantine when you kind of get depressed at times and all, or but not the actual like people that just suffer from like the deep depressions. Because for me, I just want to be like, snap out of it, you can't say, I know it's a real disorder and they can't just snap out of it or whatever. So it's hard though, if you never suffered from it to kind of give advice. Anxiety though, I've dealt with that many times. But I think even with anxiety, I try to get, it's like mind over matter, right? Even if I get anxious with something, like I get anxious for like weird little things too. Like if I have to go somewhere for the day or maybe even overnight and I have to pack. Oh, my family knows I'll get like anxious and pace around the house and snappy. I'll be like, oh, do this. And they're like, oh, here she goes. She has to go on a trip, but she gets her anxieties on, high up there. But then that's when when I become aware and I'm like, oh yeah, this is from my anxiety. So I'll try to like sit back and take deep breaths and like, why am I getting anxious about this? I just have to make sure I'm prepared or, for me, my anxiety always helps me for my anxiety by being extra prepared. Because I always get anxious about things that I'm not sure the outcome on. Like if a trip, I'm going on a trip. I don't know, I got to be there on time and I got to do this. And what if I missed it? Like it's always for me, look, I'm what ifs. That's for me. What ifs? What if this? What if this? What if this happens? So for me, I'm like extra prepared. Oh, I'll like check things 5,000 times and do this. And I just make sure like that's what y'all were here when my husband called me Chicken Little from the movie Chicken Little. That's like his nickname for me because I'm like, the sky is falling because that's me. It's my anxiety. It makes me like that. So I'm always like extra, extra with things. I'll even, especially when I became a parent. When I became a parent, then the anxiety really was out because I was like, they'll go to school. I'm like, oh, what if they get kidnapped? Like those are the thoughts you have when you got the anxiety. Well, my kids go on the bus, but I would always like go and meet them at the corner because just from their walk home from the bus to the house, all these things are in my mind that they can get kidnapped or this or a car can have. So it's like always extra, prepared for me. So if they're on the bus, I'm always like, know what time to watch them. But anxiety, they say, the husband always says that too. It's like, it's going to take some years off your life. You worry so much. You worry so much. They say we can help. I shouldn't be promoting that. But it is a medical, even in the department I was in, biochemistry, we just studied that stuff. We studied those kind of drugs too. We studied medications you take they studied cocaine kind of drugs. And they had marijuana and it's like to get to study it, right? You can study just the different kind of classes of drugs. It was easier to get like cocaine and those hard kind of drugs to study than like marijuana. Ain't that crazy? And then there comes like marijuana has more like the medicinal kind of things that help you than those, but that was easier to get. Now I'm on rants. and I got far behind. I hope NK's still around, and I don't know if I helped him. I don't even know, because I have my own problems with it, and I struggle with dealing with it myself. I do too. So the idea for my crossover: Wanda Maxwell and Scarlet Witch, and Rachel Ruth Flash Raven, the Teen Titans, somewhat simple. I don't know much about the Teen Titans though, Mr. Aquarius. I never watched those Teen Titans. I haven't. I tried to before, never got into it. Actually, recently I saw a vlog on that. I'm in love with it. I have to go there. Oh, you haven't even been, Tejas. You haven't even been in it. I gotta check. I'm gonna check that song out. Fitness Up. This is fun. I'm glad you're having fun, Fitness Up. I'm glad you're having fun. Auntie Amanda is not on the website or the internet, but did you hear about Kevin Feige is thinking about moving Marvel Studio headquarters to Sydney, Australia? Really? I did not hear that. You know, I got my Disney ins. I know my people up in Disney. That's why I get all those screeners for stuff. Even this Sunday. Oh, I don't even know if I'm supposed to talk about it. I'll just tell y'all, don't say nothing. Why am I whispering? But I get a screener this week for the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then attend the press junket like Sunday. So I did, but I've not heard that. I've not heard he's thinking about moving those headquarters. I've been to the Marvel headquarters too. I've been in like their did you see that? I did that and I stuck myself in the eye with my finger. Oh. But I did it like that because their headquarters were like on a certain floor on the Disney lot. And well, probably the whole building. We went on that main floor and we went in like this big circle around, and they were real, like they're like, you can't go down this hall. You can't look in this office. Like they were real, cautious about what you saw, and they just let you go in this little circle thing. But I went there. Did I do a post, like an article on pictures of it? Because we were able to take some pictures. Like we went in like this whole library, and they had just walls of like comic books. And it was like, like the volumes, but they just say they go back for reference of things to like look at for, different things, but they use it all as reference. I just can't see them moving though to Sydney, Australia, especially when they're like right there and on the Disney lot. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, Perry. I could be wrong, but I don't. And I hadn't heard of it. Arthur said, you should react to the song My Heart is Beating. It's in English, a very soothing melody. Oh, who sings it? I like soothing melodies, even just to listen. That's why I said I don't even have to react to it, just if sometimes I want to listen to something. Going to Kinderdeath is challenging because in the center of the mountains, you have to trek or you can take rides. If you see the Nemo, you will know. Okay, Nemo is a beautiful. Oh, Arthur agrees. I'm gonna have to check this Nemo song out. I'm gonna have to check it out. Wanda is flipping through a book when she corners across interdimensional travel. It doesn't interest her at first when she remembered how the term of universes worked. Oh, I lost my spot. I don't know why YouTube does this. Every so often, like I'll be real behind here reading comments, and then boom, it puts me like to the new ones. And then I lose my spot, and it takes me how many minutes to get back to it. I saw Douchman or Dushman over there. Identical twins, Sanjay is Major. I don't know who they are. There's some universes where a brother's still alive, and she would give almost anything to see him again. So she learns everything she could about the spell. I did. Did you like though in the Wanda the faux brother they used, not the real brother, but him? He's the guy from American Horror Story. I love him. I was excited when I saw him pretend brother. Arthur says, I often have little anxiety during my examinations, especially the days before examinations. I feel like I'm still unprepared, though it's never like that. True. I mean, I guess everybody has that natural just get nervous about things, But when it's bad is like when you get your thoughts go out of control with like worrying, like mine. So much so when I was young, but that's when you have to kind of like mind over matter. Because even like some of my younger days, you get just these thoughts. Like I would be loading my dishwasher and I would always like put the knives down because I was like, what if I trip and I fall on the knife and it sticks me? Like these are the kind of thoughts I have with everything. But then see, then I just have to kind of just, I'm like, that's silly. That's not, just put it out your mind. Although I still put the knives down, but just not like have those thoughts so much that it's just worrying you constantly. Because I would every time I do it, I would just get these thoughts. I could trip, or what if I passed out really quick and the knife stuck me? That's when it gets out of like normal anxieties about tests. That's normal, but when it gets like too much out of control, so much so, I've had panic attacks before. They have that when your anxiety is so bad you start to like hyperventilate a little bit. I've had some of those before. That's why I guess part of my crazy. I don't know. Oh, Mahashiva snake comes in temple. We worship them because I really didn't say that name right, did they? Some kind of snake. The Mahashivratri snake. So that's for the today, right? Maha it's the festival. It comes in the temple. We worship them because King of Snakes is always around. Oh, Lord Shiva is the king of snakes. Always got him around his neck. Moon on Lord Shiva head and holy river Ganga flows from his dreadlocks. But he always, is it just one snake? I'm afraid of snakes. I don't want no snake. Even if it's the friendly kind. I was like, I don't trust the snake. I don't trust the snake. I guess I'd trust the Lord like, if it's around. But some of those people see those big python snakes and they just wrap them around. I'm like, I don't trust it. Don't be trusting a snake like that. My house is behind Lord Shiva. Oh, it's a teachers. That's neat. You can just walk right there. Not with the snake. Don't have those snakes. Or they don't have snakes around it, huh? I wonder if it's, well, now that you say that, because you talk about the snakes and this festival when? Tomorrow, right? Is this festival? The 11th, yeah. And then here, what day is it? What day? I have to look at the calendar because here on March 17th, right? So a week from today, we celebrate the St. Patrick's Day, which is an Irish celebration, but I think because we have like so many Irish or Irish descent, even I have like Irish in my family line, that it's a major holiday. We dress, dress in green and some, not now because of COVID, but they would have like parades that day and things like that. But right, St. Patrick is known for like driving out the snakes from Ireland, right? Were like over like the snakes, like just so many snakes in Ireland, too many. And I don't know if he used the little flute or that was somebody else, Piety Piper. I don't know. But that's how St. Patrick is known. He drove out all the snakes out of Ireland. And now you're talking about Lord Shiva has the snake in what is that called? The king of the snakes? You just said, oh, it's his snake comes to the temple. So what is it about these festivals with all the snakes? And it's within a week apart. I wonder if there's a connection there. I don't know. But I'm afraid of snakes. So that's why I'm over here with the snake. I'm like, drive those out. Like I'm afraid of any kind of snake. But I just thought that was a weird coincidence because he got the snake with the temple over there. And then St. Patrick's known for driving out the snakes out of Ireland. Where am I? Mr. Karras, but Wanda never knew how to control where she's going. So she ends up stuck in alternate earth. Oh, and she gets stuck there with the teenage girl, Oh, I'm already with the Carrie. With the purple hair named Rachel Roos. I don't know who she is. I don't know the Teen Titans. While you worked at biotech, you were smart. Oh, I don't like to brag. I'm good. This is what I say I'm smart in. Like, I'm smart in certain subjects. That's me. Like, my kids will come up to me. They want help with English. I already told you I am with English. Getting words wrong. I'm terrible. Like, you wouldn't think. You wouldn't. I'm published in scientific journals. I can write pretty good in like technical terms, but just creative English or just, correcting mistakes I'm terrible. Like, but I always tell them like, go to your dad because he's great in that. He's great in that. Math, science, that's like, I'm good at that. I'm smart in that. I'm, not all subjects, not all, but math and science I've always been. Always math, I always just be able to pick it up. Even, my kids were virtual school and they were, it's been years and I did geometry and trigonometry and all that. I forgot all of it, but I just looked over it again. I'm like, oh, this is how you do it. Like I pick up math really easy. And then science, math goes so much with science, So it was always kind of just natural that I was pretty good at it. Like so many sciences, and I was biochemistry. So especially chemistry, math went just kind of as naturally went with kind of chemistry, I think. But I like biology too. I just thought it was interesting how the body works and all that. But yeah, not smart in certain subjects. Smart in certain subjects. I wasn't like the norm because I worked in a lab. Like I worked in a science lab at the top 5 medical school in the US. That's where I worked for like 15 years. Washington University School of Medicine. Like it was right under John. We had like the Mayo Clinic, John Hopkins. Then I think it's like the Harvard Medical School. And they were like number 4. Like that's where I worked at. And we worked in for 15 years. And I worked in the lab with the other scientists. And look, y'all already know. Y'all already know. I'm no different than I am in person. I would be in there just telling jokes. I'd turn on the music, get my little dancing started up in the lab. And then, because we would get people from I think that's why I like talking to y'all from all over the world too, because it kind of reminds me of like my research days, because we had people in our lab from all over the world, all over, like from anywhere from China, India, Italy, like just all different places around the world. Japan, we had a lot of people from Japan that were in there, and I got to talk to and just get to know, and I would ask them questions, and I was curious. So that's why I think I love too, just talking to y'all and finding out about stuff. I've always been like that, and I would become friends with them, like especially my friends from Japan. Like I would go to their house and we'd do their customs, and they have like with the hot pot, and they would be like shabu shabu. Y'all ever had that? So I would also just like get to learn their customs. And I enjoyed it. I always loved learning about other people's customs and things, My husband, he always wants to go to, that was one place he would love. Me, my new place, me, I'm like, I got to go to India one day. My husband, his is Japan. He wants to go to Japan, I think because he liked just the custom, like going to the restaurants, and because I guess I wonder it's different now, COVID. But there's the way they ate and their custom. It was like a community experience. You would have one pot and that's probably, yeah, you can't do that now with COVID. You can't do that. You got to be careful now with COVID. But he loved the customs that we would, when we go visit our friends, go have dinner and things with our friends from Japan. Where am I at? I'm already. Feel like, where am I at? I don't even remember where I was at last to catch up on comments. Yes, Lord Shriva's Day. We've been talking about it, Vicky. The guy who played Wanda, his fake brother, is American. Did I say that? Did you say that before I did? We were on the same page right there, Mr. Carius from American Horror Stories. It's a Bollywood song. It has been 13-year-old Shridevi. Oh, it's a Shridevi song. And the Pink Top, first Bollywood song in English, based in a Christian family watch, My Heart is Beating. Oh, I'll have to check. And it's Shridevi. And it's in English. We pour milk on the Lord's symbol. Many people in Q stand for hours just to pour what does that symbolize, pouring the milk? Is that for the snake? Y'all got me nervous with this snake thing. Y'all got me nervous with this. I was all excited about this festival, and then I hear about the snakes, and I'm like, I'm nervous about it now. Call me weird, but on WandaVision, I think Advocate for the Nosy Neighbor is one of the most likable. Oh, I love her. Catherine Hahn, I met her. I love Catherine Hahn. I think it's not even like the character Agatha that maybe you like so much, but just her, her playing Agatha. I loved her. And I think she was, as the nosy neighbor, she'd be like, hello, when she popped in, or her jokes about what Ralph, remember all her jokes about Ralph? Loved it. I love Catherine Hahn. I love that character too. I'm with you there, Mr. Curious. Mahashri Rachi equals massive Shiv night. Lost the spot again. This is my life on here. It's always just trying to find where I left off in the comments because YouTube messes me up. I'm gonna rant. Vicky, I'm gonna get mad. I'm gonna get mad about these comments, Vicky. Tell me to calm down. I mean, anxiety is such a way that I would even go walking throughout the nights just studying, even if I have prepared everything. I get you, Arthur. I get you. I wouldn't, even though, because I have my master's degree. I have a master's degree, so I had some exams in my day, right? Some big exams, but I was never one to stay up late like that. I need my sleep. You know what I would do though? I would go to bed and then get up extra early. Like I'll get up at 3 a.m. and study again. That's what I would do, Arthur. But I can't stay up late. I need my sleep, even if I'm tired. It wouldn't be good. But somebody's finding my, oh yeah, I'm right. But somebody is finding my tasting girls questionable. Your tasting girls? I'm keeping thinking fast second time on this day in my life. Oh, you're going to fast, Vicky? Oh, is it a fasting day? And I've fasted before when I was young, actually. I don't like it. Can you drink water? Because that's why I say, when was it? It was one of the Jewish holidays, and I have some Jewish friends. And I was like, oh, I'll try to fast with you. It wasn't very good, but they said they can't even drink water during their fast. I was like, well, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. That doesn't seem like a healthy fast to me. And when I fasted before, at least you can drink. If you're hungry, just drink a lot and they can't even drink water. Even if they brush their teeth, they said they can't even hardly brush their teeth. They just have to make sure to spit the water out. That was that. So I just wondered if those fastings are as strict there. Because that's what my friends who were Jewish said theirs was. They can't even drink water. I was like, you're going to get dehydrated for 24 hours? Auntie Mary, if you have seen it, can get your thoughts on Chloe Grace Motor movie on Tom and Jerry. Oh, I've seen it. Is she the blonde, the main character? I liked it. I thought Tom and Jerry was all right. I thought it was a fun movie. It did seem weird. Didn't it seem like though Tom and Jerry was a movie with her? Then they had the Michael Pena. They had this whole little movie going on, and then they just stuck Tom and Jerry in it. They had this whole thing going on, and they're like, let's create a movie and then stick Tom and Jerry in it. That's what it seemed to me. I could have just watched a regular movie, not even had the Tom and Jerry, but it was cute. And I like her. I thought she was good. I thought the actors in it were pretty good. She was like the blondish girl, right? Twisted Nerve, hugs back at you. But back on the subject of my Carrie Andrew, what if? If snakes comes anywhere for his symbol, then it means it's a good fortune. See? Vicky, I can't do this. I bet I'm not sure, because he has the snake around him is good fortune, but I'm so afraid of snakes. Oh, I can't. Who we're talking about? I'm getting anxiety. I'm getting anxiety thinking about the snakes. Papa Cronus. Hi, Papa Cronus. Jerry's my childhood. Oh, Marsha. Lord Shiva comes on earth to bless his devotees to solve the problems. What's the milk though for? Again, Bollywood is in deeper danger. 2 people are culprits, and police have got 60 million money for them, and many others were involved and are going to jail. What did they do? What did they do, Vicky? Sorry, Mr. Hello, Miss Curious. How are you, buddy? Oh, see, Perry hasn't been around. You gotta catch up, everybody, Perry. Rishi, The Voice India, Panadeep, run winner, The Voice India season 1. The Voice. Oh, The Voice. They got India Idol, The Voice. They have all the shows. Consider an explanation on how the boys get their powers, and if a longer story. I'm not going to spoil it, although I will say how they get them is on Horlick movie levels of stupidity. Kailash Mountain is Himalaya region in the home of Shiva. If I say that right, Shiva? It's mysterious because world's tallest mountains are climbed, but Kailash has never been climbed. Oh, is it real steep and jagged? Is that why? My Auntie Amanda is my true inspiration. Oh, love you, Perry! Mwah! Papa Cronus, not as bad as the comic book ending of The Boys. Yeah, true panorama. Vicky, I too love Japan and want to live there forever because it's a dreamland kind of place, so fabulous and stunning. And I tell you, like he wants to go there so bad, but they put care in everything there. Like my friends would go back and visit and bring us, little things from home, right? Like you go and like if I came over there, I would want to bring little things like, oh, this is from America, or if I came back from India, little like, oh, maybe the snacks or a little token or something. So they would always bring back little snacks for like the lab and all. And even their snacks, you would just see the care they take in stuff over in Japan. Like they would have a snack, but it would be wrapped so beautifully, and every little snack is wrapped beautifully, and they just take such delicate care with every little thing they do, right? Like even their house, like it was like you come in and take your shoes off, and they put their slippers, and it like when we have dinner, like everything was just so much careful and planning, and I think the people that they're like that what I always say about my India people, respectful and things like Japan do, and I love a place that respects their elderly. That's why, like Japan, one of the big, when you hear like how they respect their elderly, you got to love a place that respects their elderly people because that's where we came from. That's where we learned from. And they respect their elderly. I love it. I love it. Me and you are going to have to go visit, Vicky. We're going to go visit Japan, me and you. Wow, glad to know your academic background. It's so cool when a mother has a great background in academics because an educated mother can raise wild and intelligent kids. I said wild because I was thinking of my kid, wise. I was like, oh, wild. That's what was in my mind. But I feel like we do it. Like my daughter is brilliant. Like my daughter, straight A's, like all her stuff, and she hardly has to study. She has, because I tell you, my husband's good with like the English, and he remembers everything. I always just talked about how I have a terrible memory with stuff, but I'm good at like math and everything because I'm great at figuring things out. Right? I can sit and figure out a math problem, and I'm so great at figuring things out. That's why I was good in, I think, a research lab because we would get a problem and let's figure it out how to do this experiment. Great at figuring things out. But like him, he could like read something and just remember every little we watch a movie, me and my husband, and he'll tell me the year it was made, the director, like the year it was made. How are you going to remember the year it was made? He remembers all that. My daughter has that from great at English, can remember everything. I go to her to ask like something. I'm like, Bella, remember this? And she'll tell me. So like because she has both of like she has that from my husband. Then she's like really good at the science, like straight A's. My son has my brain. He's just like me. So he's great at like the math, figuring stuff out, but can't remember much. Like has that problem. The English not very good. So they both do good. Like they're both on the honor roll and great in school. But for her, it just everything comes too easy, which can be not a good thing sometimes. When something comes too easy, especially in like math and stuff, you're not used to like having to solve like a challenge. You're not having, when you have challenges, like you have a big test coming up, you got to study. It's a challenge. I want to get a good grade. I think that gives your character like having a challenge. And for her, like she'll read it once and remember everything. So like nothing's a challenge. And that's why I tell her too, I'm like, we gotta like think of other things for you to do to be challenged. It's a challenge for her, keeping her room clean. I always get on her. Clean this room. Being an all bio and chemistry background, how did you come across Bollywood and song reaction stuff? What interests you towards this? Well, that's a good question because didn't just like go from being in a research lab to reacting to Bollywood on YouTube, YouTube like came like later. I was working in research, and and if you ever worked in a research lab or seen it, you have a lot of downtime. You do, because you're like starting an experiment, and it has to like incubate for a while, and you would do things and get prepared for another one, or do like research on papers, just do a little, look up journal articles, think of ideas. You do that, but then it's not always that. I mean, I like to have my fun too. So on some of the downtime, I started my own site. I mean, they called it a blog. At the time I was like a blogger, right? But now I'm just like a writer with my own site. And I love movies. That was like one of the things, entertainment and movies, TV shows. So like my site, I just made it with things I enjoy. Recipes, I love like cooking, eating, So on my site, I just started a site and put like movie reviews on it, and recipes, and then and would just do that on some downtime. Just some downtime between experiments or doing stuff, even lunch breaks there, whatever. But then it got to like my site took off. Like it started doing like great, getting paid, like so much so, like the movie studios were like contacting me. They started contacting, and I was still in the research lab, flying me out to LA to attend the red carpets. Y'all know I do that. They doing all this, like they're wanting me to do the reviews. So it just started getting more and more stuff. And then you put ads on your site, so then it starts making money. And it was to the point where it came at a weird point, because it was a point like my site was like, psh, and so much like I was having to turn down the movie studios. It's not like I flew myself out there. Movie studios would pay to fly me out there, put me in a hotel and stuff to attend their premiere. So I was having to turn down this stuff because of working in the research lab. But at the same time, it was like recession kind of hitting here in the US. The recession hitting, and funding for science was like taking a hit. And we were getting less and less funding on less and less projects, or money for projects. They were having to fire people in there. So, and it came down like another big hit that our lab didn't get funding for. And it came down like there wasn't that many people left. And my site was doing so good. I was like, I think this is time. Like I made a decision, like, and I mean, I probably would have kept my job, because they were kind of getting people with seniority. I was there 15 years, so they were getting like rid of people under me. But I was like, I'm just going to do this, going to quit there full time, work on my site, movies and all that. And I quit. How long has it been now? Maybe 5 years now that I quit. Yeah, I think this April, next month, I think it'll be 5 years since I left the research lab. Went to my site full time. And then it just kind of progressed from there, because I wasn't on YouTube at that time. I wasn't on YouTube, but I was still writing on my site, going to the movie premieres, and it was all just on my site and my social medias. I still had Twitter and Facebook and all that, and I had my social medias. But then I met my best friend, Tessa, and she started doing like reaction videos, just trailer reactions and stuff. And we're like, oh, it looks fun. So I started doing it too. And she was doing it like 6 months. Like, it was a while before me. And she's like, you should do it. Like, so I tried it, and I was like, this is fun. I love it. So I just started doing regular trailer reaction videos, just regular. And then it was probably almost a year later, I was just doing the regular trailer reactions. And one day I was just looking at trending videos in the US, and it was a movie from India. What was it? Oh, I always talk about it too. Y'all might remember. Did it start with a K? Oh, it's going to bother me now. It's going to bother me. I know I told y'all some of this before, but I reacted to it, and I was like, oh, Bollywood. I never watched Bollywood. This looks good. And so then I started getting comments. React to this. Like even that first trailer that I ever did from Bollywood. You know how everybody, please react to this, please. So I just started reacting to things people said, and I just started to fall more and more in love with it. And that's how it went. That's my life story. That right there. Amanda, Uh-oh, Vicky, that's what I told Vicky to get about my anger. Where is it at? Anger is not a solution. Please don't get angry. Catholic Temple is closed for 6 months because of snowfall. Rest of the year, 6 months is open. Also, it gets a lot of snow there. Priyank, which vaccine did you take? Were you concerned about injecting a substance that authorities use to track your control of your body? I took Pfizer. And I told you, I get the 5G signals now, Priyank. I get the I was like, oh, I got it. I got the microchips. There's not really no. But when Carrie discovers she has telekinesis, she understands very frustrated because she hears horrible things about her in both the library and the lunchroom. Coronavirus Ranbir Kapoor. Married women fast for good health and long life of their husbands. Single girls fast for good husband. And men fast, I don't know. The men don't have a reason? They don't want a good wife? Okay, no snake talks. I know, y'all are. I was like, I was all interested in the festival. Y'all started talking about the snakes. I'm like, y'all not talking me into this. In my case, I can wake up as I can wait. Or let me start that out. In my case, I can wake as much long as I can, but cannot wake up. Oh, you're not a morning person. See, I'm the morning person. I wake up ready to go. But at night, I'm like, I gotta sleep. I'm dragging. On 29th year, I know Holly's coming up. Holly Festival. Time people are gonna play Holly without Chinese toy guns. Oh, what, they got Chinese toy guns? They played Holly with? I don't know about that. Look, I didn't get that one. I must not know about that. I love you too, Perry. Oh, that's right. Look, Perry told me to like the video. I missed you, Perry. I missed you. Carrie decides to read her library books and telling it in the bleachers in the football field, though she saw 3 boys in the bleachers talking to each other and they did not seem to notice her. There's a place named Glacier Mount Everest where people tried to climb and reach, but somehow they failed to climb more. So they didn't even reach that part because you always hear people climbing Mount Everest. Carrie decides to sit at the bottom of the bleachers and has not to worry about being disturbed, or so she thought. No one else reached there after the helicopter. They decided to see the mountaintop, but they just saw the ordinary place with fogs and unclarity. But it said that Lord Shiva is still on that Kailash mountain sitting in a great meditation. Oh, that every living being want to have to be in. I love it. Now react to Govinda's kind. Look, Vicky changed the subject quick. Vicky changed the subject quick. Now react to this. I gotta move it around. I love my Govinda, but I gotta give everybody a turn. I gotta broaden my. I can react to Govinda all the time, but I gotta broaden my horizon. Well, that ain't the right saying. Gotta broaden my. You know what I mean? Give everybody a chance. I can't even think of words today. The 3 boys at the top of the bleachers were also talking about telekinesis on Matt's phone. He talks about how he's able to lift his whole bed off. I wish I could do that without getting a nosebleed. Yeah. Matt explains to Andrew and Steve that the powers of elastic, if you stretch it too far, too quick, it will tear, so they'll work. Oh, that's how he got the nosebleed? The 3 boys were talking, levitating a bunch of snacks and eating them. Andrew looks in the bleachers and noticed the straw. Oh, she was watching. Auntie Amanda, this is a question for you. Everyone else, did you watch Oprah Winfrey? Yes, I did. Oh, Perry's from the UK too. He lives in the UK. I did a video about it. This is another thing. Did you see the Piers Morgan quit? Did you see the Piers Morgan? I don't like him. I don't. Did you see he quit, Perry? Some people, I did a video while I reacted to some memes. They were funny. People gonna get too serious. Look, and I even reacted to memes. I was like, I'm reacting to memes. Vicky, you should like this, but somebody like, oh, you shouldn't have done that, I mean. I was like, that was funny. If you can't laugh about something, even if you don't agree with it, then you can't be so serious in life that you're just gonna get upset about every little thing. You can't. Yeah, some people might think, you come extra reincarnation and you get a lot of lives and stuff. But, I look at it like this. I have my beliefs of what happens after I die, and my religious beliefs and things like that. but it's never 100%. I'm always like that. So what if this is the only life you get? You got to just live it you just got to be happy and what's that saying? YOLO. Live life to the fullest. That's why I left my job too. I was like, well, this is not a dream. That's why I left the research. I'm like, I could stay in research but what kind of dream is that to get to be flown out and attend red carpets and meet celebrities and interview celebrities? That's like a dream for many people come true, and not many people get those chances in life, and you got to take them. Now I'm getting on to deep conversation, but I'm just saying, don't be so serious in life. Vicky agrees with me on this. Vicky agrees. You gotta laugh. That's why me and her love we love our Govinda, because it's just silly and laugh and just light and humor. That's and if you don't like that kind of stuff, that's fine. Live your life how you want it though. But in my life, I choose to laugh. Even in sad times and things, I will crack a joke. I will crack a joke because I feel like, there's only two ways to get, when you're upset about something, there's two ways you can deal with it: cry or laugh, right? You can cry about it or you can laugh. I choose to laugh. Now it got serious. Where am I at? Oh, Oprah. We're talking about the Oprah and Meghan Markle stuff. And back then you used to call yourself. I did, Mr. Carius. He remembers my name. I changed my name many times. I couldn't decide on a name. We Indians love you. Oh, thank you, Suhard. A wooden thrill in life story. Happy to get such a friendly and jolly Bollywood. Oh, thank you, Artha. Starting to wonder if Marvel will ever think to put another super soldier serum in a stop talking about snakes. I thought we were not going to talk about snakes, Mr. Carius. Patrick said, me too. I don't know what he's talking about. But yes, hashtag. They're such good people. You must love them and keep them with you. Why do y'all keep doing this with the snakes? Y'all doing this on purpose. Instagram, Richter Roshan and Tiger Shah. Woo! That's a duo right there. What's your favorite song starring Aishwarya Rai? I can't think of the name. But it was from a movie song. And I liked it too because they had like really good shots, and I think she has beautiful eyes. And it's one of the earlier ones I did. Oh, I can't remember names. I can't remember. It probably wasn't even, like, I would say it's like a 3-year-old video. And I can picture it because she would come behind from like the little veil thing. Oh, y'all know I can't remember the name. I'm gonna have to write that down next time. I'll have the answer. I'll be like, it's this one. You're right, Amanda. Sometimes we need to laugh to keep ourselves from crying. Laughter is always the best medicine, they say. I want to become an actress. Oh, Michaela Moore, I'm sending you. Do it. I mean, because what did they say? Shoot for the, what is that? Shoot for the moon, right? Shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you're flying with the stars. Isn't that the saying? Go for it. Go for your dreams. What's the worst that can happen? You don't get them? At least that's better than knowing, you never even tried. India is a very special. There they go talking about the snakes. There are many myths with the snake charmers, snakes who take figures out. Oh, I remember that Shridevi song when the snake charmer and she was becoming a snake with her eyes. This ain't the chat. But today y'all just want to get me with all the snake talk. Y'all know I'm afraid of the snakes. Are y'all not afraid of snakes? Oh, I can't, even looking at like pictures or something, people are holding them. Oh, I could never do it. And I worked in a lab. I had to hold a lot of animals. I was skittish even then. I'd be like, oh. But once they're under the anesthesia and they can't move, I was fine. Like I was working on rats and frogs. We worked on frogs and stuff. I was fine if they didn't move. Once they move, I was like, oh no, I can't do it. Where is it? I would like to say to you, Amanda, if you were on the Avengers, they would all love you. Oh, well, thanks. That makes me feel good. What about the Justice League? And Aquaman. You know I love me some Aquaman. I didn't finish it. There are many myths, what Vicky said, tales regarding snake charmers, snakes who can take figures of humans. See? Like that Shridevi song, right? Nagamine, when she was like, and she kept doing her eyes like that. I'll never forget that because when they told me she was turning into a snake, I was a little freaked out. Good luck. Yes, sending Michaela all the luck. Emma Watson has inspired me. Do it, Michaela. Do it. Go for your dreams. That Shridevi song you had reacted to, which her eyes were brilliant, were based on theme, and it was a trendsetter. That's one of those songs I'll never forget because probably the snakes, but also too because she had didn't she have like the blue contacts in? And I was like, I think that was one of the first I saw Shridevi of her songs, and I was like, is that a real eye color? I remember thinking that, and then there was Shridevi. I was like, oh, that is contact, but she kept just do it. Oh, I love that one. I loved it when I was watching it, and I don't think it was till the end that I was like, someone told me it was about snakes. So I was like, oh, I'm glad I didn't know that. And then I'm glad I might have had a different reaction if I would have known that was the snake charmer doing her that. Govinda taught people the other various styles of comedy, even serious comedy. He's a great, I feel like, you don't hear, I always get people react to this, or Shravi Ray, Shridevi, da da da. Like there's a certain group that loves Govinda. I'm not saying he don't have his fan base, but I still feel like he's a little underrated. Like people don't appreciate Govinda like they should. Me and Vicky do. Me and Vicky appreciate some Govinda, but I feel like it's not an overall appreciation like so many other Bollywood stars are out there. But he deserves it. He's great talent. Great talent. Andrew starts to wonder if that's the girl from the other day and tries to talk to, so he tells Matt and Steve that they will be right back. Troy and Govinda together. Oh, wait, they're in a movie together? I like it. Oh, it was a flop. I want to become an actor because Sharon Marie Tate from Valley of the Dolls inspired me to become. You can do it, Perry. You and Michaela can practice together, do some scenes. And Trinity says hi to her. And she remembers him from the other day. Of course she did, because the other day was the only good thing ever happened to her. Aww. There's a scene where Shridevi converts into a snake. The scene is called Shridevi's transformation scene. Oh, I can't watch that one. I can't watch. Why do you want me to watch? I'll write it down. But Shridevi, that's from that same movie? Just because I like that video so much. But I would be I don't know if I'll be too freaked out to react to that. Oh, Tejas also wanted to become an actor. I have many people here that want to be actresses and actors. I've watched 1997's Titanic. Loved it. Look, I'm at the end of the comments. And I was trying to stay at an hour, but it's over. Because I have to bring my daughter. She hurt her ankle. So y'all know I can't stay long today, which is already long, but cutting it short. And I got through my comments. Carrie starts to warm up a little and tells them to bring the fact that she's reading book. You know what I'm going to write down too? I got to check out Mr. Acarius's. Mr. Acarius's stories. I wrote it down too, so I'm not going to forget it this time. Next week, I'm like, I watch your reactions. And you have your comments on, I can even comment on Mr. Acarius. But I changed my decision. I ain't going to lie. Like it's hard to become, there have many people aspiring to be actors and actresses. And like from those people aspiring, it's very few, but you can still do it. You can still make dreams possible. I believe it. Indeed, a great actor, great respect. He has done the serious movies like that, and his acting is mind-blowing. I agree. Vinda has a take wife. What's a take wife? I like her. Yes, Tejas. I gotta go. I told y'all Bella hurt her ankle. I gotta go bring her to with the orthopedic. I don't know if they'll do x-rays or something, but I have to go. I know it's so hard. I don't want to leave either. I don't want to leave. I love talking to you guys. All right, y'all. But I will be back next Wednesday. And if you really have, because tomorrow's like the March 11th, the Lord Shiva's. I know I don't say that right. Lord Shiva's day. Lord Shiv's. I know I don't say that right. Shiva. Lord Shiva. I want to get it right. Y'all have to help me. I want to get that name right. And if you have any videos like for the festival of the day, I'd love to see them. I'd love to see them because I want to do it. I like doing a little special reaction or something on the special festivals or holidays and things like that. Never been like a servant or slave with a big direct. See, that's probably why, right? That makes them even better, Vicky. That makes them even better. All right, you guys, I'm going. You know what I always say? Take care. Be nice to each other. Help your neighbor. All that. And sending my love to you guys. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week's live, same time. And until then, take care. Love you guys. Have a great one. Bye.